Hello, welcome back to See What Six. It's a podcast about everything and nothing. I'm Russell.
And I'm Emma, your absolute favorite co-host, as we all know.
And Emma's calling from a phone.
Yes, I am calling from a phone.
And we're going to start with the See What Six famous segment that we're known for. That's what this podcast is known for, is this segment. What have we been doing since the last time we recorded this show?
Sweet. So what have I been doing? I have been working, like usual, like I'm sure most of you have been. What have I been doing? Really nothing special, if I'm going to be getting ready for Easter. Getting ready for all the candies and all the food.
Yeah. Easter is a thing that happens in the spring, and it's a thing that happens if you're Catholic or Christian. If not, it's just a weird holiday that the country celebrates. Yep.
But you get candy, and it's the best.
So, okay, here's my question. As a person who went to like Catholic school and everything, Easter's about Jesus, right? You know?
Yeah.
Why do we have Easter bunnies? Where does this come from? A bunny that lays eggs? Where?
Why do we have a fat man in a red suit that goes down a chimney on Jesus' birthday then?
Actually, that's because of Coca-Cola made Santa. That's a real thing. That image of Santa is the fat guy that goes down the chimney. That's from Coca-Cola. That's a Coca-Cola commercial.
Huh. The more you know. But Kris Kringle, like that whole thing, did not come from Coca-Cola.
No, but Kris Kringle, that person, or it's Saint Nicholas, who's a saint who was like an actual person in history, and he like gave oranges to little poor kids in the Middle East because that's where Saint Nicholas is from. And like Saint Nicholas, like Saint Nicholas, and then it like went to Santa Claus. I'm almost 100% sure that's how that is, and that's where that started from. And like St. Patrick's Day is just an excuse for people to get drunk, but St. Patrick chased all the snakes out of Ireland, all the non-Catholics, and that's how that started. But why don't we have Jesus dressed as a bunny? Why is that not our thing? You know, like the Robert Downey Jr. thing where he's dressed as a bunny? Why don't we have Jesus dressed as a bunny?
Because
what's your answer?
Frowned upon.
But a bunny laying eggs is not frowned upon?
No.
Huh. Maybe.
No.
I guess that's where we draw the line, is Jesus dressed as a bunny.
I don't think the bunny's laying eggs, though. I don't think that's like the same.
That's like the Cadbury cream egg bunny. It's like a bunny that roars that lays eggs.
Yeah, that's like the Cadbury cream egg commercial, though.
But that bunny lays eggs.
No, it doesn't. I've never seen a commercial where they lay eggs. The only one I can remember right now is the one where they're talking, like, throughout the whole commercial.
It's like the raw Cadbury cream eggs. You know what I mean? He like makes the lion roar.
What?
He's like raw. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, or like the meow kind of thing.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've all seen that one.
Yeah, it's the, for people out there listening who are totally lost, I'm sorry. I had to get that off my chest. Is why on Easter, is it like an Easter bunny? Like, I get Santa, and I get that, but I don't get the whole Easter bunny thing. Like, where did that come from? Like, where did why isn't it the Easter Jesus who comes and brings us eggs and candy?
I don't know, but you want to know a fun story?
Okay, yeah, I do.
Childhood story time. So my mom, like, was a super mom, and she always went, like, all out and stuff. And so when I was little, she thought it would be a really good idea to, like, go all out. She did, like...
Oh, I've heard this story, but yeah.
The flower footprints on the floor and, like, all that kind of stuff, that the Easter Bunny had been in the house. And we were about to head to church that Easter morning, and I had a little Easter dress on and everything else, and I was booking it to get out to the car, and there was this, like, fluffy stuff, like, stuck or, like, wedged in the door frame. And upon investigating my 3-year-old self, I came to the conclusion that the Easter Bunny had smashed / ripped part of his tail off in my door. my parents thought this was funny. I was, on the other hand, mortified and thought that the Easter Bunny hated me and would never come back to my house again and that he was injured terribly, and pretty much thought that we had like an animal abuse case on our hands. And so I took this like ball of what you basically rip out of a pillow fluff to church with me and showed it to my pastor and everyone that I met and asked them to pray for me and the Easter Bunny because my house hurt him.
Has the Easter Bunny come back to your house? That's the question.
No. Yeah, he has. He has.
Oh, he has? So he got over it.
Yeah, we bros now. We bros.
Okay.
We sit and talk about the church rabbit. Apparently it's like his cousin.
Right on. Okay. I don't know how I can top that. Yeah, that's I've never injured the Easter Bunny at my house. Okay, yeah, so, this is a really bad segue, but bunnies are like animals, right? And animals are like dogs. And we were going to go see Isle of Dogs, except it's not playing anywhere around where I live right now, which is a real bummer. So I have to wait to see it. And we were going to do this whole Wes Anderson special, and it was on Twitter, but we're still going to talk a little bit about Wes Anderson in a little bit, but I need to vent, guys. Emma told a story. I'm going to tell one now. So,
can I interrupt you 1 sec, though?
Of course.
1 second. Okay. While we're on the rabbit thing, we're going to have a little fun fact of the week. What do you call a group of rabbits?
It's a gaggle.
No.
I know it's not a gaggle. It's geese.
No.
It's a pack.
No.
I don't know. What is it?
It is a warren.
Actually, I think if you gave me 4 of those, like, yeah, warren. Okay. Emma used to own rabbits.
Warren.
Yeah, Emma used to own a lot of rabbits.
I did. I raised them for 4-H.
Yep. Okay. So, thank you for your story on warrens of rabbits. You still need to do the bug fact of the week, but that's at the end of the episode, so think of your bug fact.
Go on about your story,
Okay, so recently I was told by an unnamed party that I might be going bald. And I'm going through a crisis, everybody. So I already have a bunch of gray hair. And it's hard, you know? It's a real crisis, guys. I never really get this real on the show, but it's about to get really real. My gray hair is fine. It started happening when I was like 17 or 18. And it's whatever. But now that I might be also losing my hair, guys, I don't want to shave my head and look like a weird oblong egg. Because I'm going to just look like an egg in a shirt at that point. Because my face is not shapely enough. Like, I don't have a pronounced jawline like Jason Statham, where I'll look sexy with a shaved head. I'll look like one of those guys. I'll look like Homer Simpson. I'm going to look like real-life Homer Simpson if I shave my head. And it's not going to be a good look, everybody. It's not. I'm going to look like Homer Simpson with big, black, nerdy glasses. So, let's all send me Rogaine and prayers that we can help my hair not fall out from stress and age and genetics. So that's my story, that I might be going bald. And Emma told me that I might be going bald. That's who the unknown party is, guys. It's Emma.
Oh, way to turn it back on me. I'm not the one that brought it up. You're the one that brought it up. Thank you. And you asked my opinion. And yes, your hairline has receded since we started dating. I think it's quite a normal process in aging. And no, you're not necessarily going bald. I think eventually someday when you are old and decrepit, you might be bald. But you are not bald right now.
Guys, that's a scary thought. I don't ever want to think of me and my incredible, joyful, youthful self and my incredibly youthful, sexy body being old and decrepit.
It's coming.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it's already there. For people who don't know, my knee has been messed up since like November, since I started this podcast. Actually, it's been messed up since before we started the podcast. And guess who has not done anything about it yet? Well, I've seen doctors. I've seen doctors about it, and I've done physical therapy. But guess who's really done nothing and been too scared to do anything about it until now? It's me. I know you guys were wondering who, and you were going to be like, oh, who's been waiting? Guys, it's me. And it still hurts. And today was really bad. Like, really, really bad. And I've been working on this film with a friend of mine, which is going to turn out great. It's called In Search of Recognition. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be online. I'm plugging the film that I'm working on because I'm so modest. But we were filming today, and I had to get into a lake for the camera because you'll do anything for the shot. And my knee like gave out, and I thought I was going to drop the camera, and it would have been the end of everything because you know how it is when you drop technology into a muddy lake. But yeah, that's my story about my knee as well. Emma, do you have any stories about your knees?
No, I don't have any stories about my knees. However, my hip sometimes partially dislocates, so that's fun.
At least you're not a centaur where you have 4 hips. Yeah.
Alright, awkward silence. No.
Wait, do horses have 4 sets or 2 sets of hips?
No, you only have 1 set of hips. Dogs only have 1 set of hips.
Oh, I'm really dumb. I'm sorry. I thought centaurs had 4 sets of hips. Or 2 sets of hips. Wait, do they? Because centaurs are like... Because they have hands on the top, and then the bottom is a horse. So does that mean they have like the front hips and back hips? Please help me explain this.
What the hell is a front hip?
So, okay, you know how a centaur, the bottom half is a horse?
I don't know. That's kind of a special case. I'm not really sure. I feel like no, because like...
It's a complicated question. So, is it just like a horse body instead of the head, and like the torso just turns into a man? Or is it like an altered horse body? These are things I've actually thought about.
Man, I don't know. We should have our lovely listeners write in and tell us their opinions, because I would like to know what the popular opinion on this is.
You know, we should turn that into a t-shirt. Do centaurs have 4 or 2 sets of hips?
We should, although literally no one would understand that.
People who've listened to this episode. But honestly, I'm saying they do, because think about from the front, it's like a man, right? With just horse legs, which would be really awkward. So that'd be his hips. But then the back half is still a horse, but that's where the horse's hips are. So is it just like a horse body and then it just turns into a man, or is it altered in some way?
I feel like he's got 2 sets of shoulder blades instead.
Oh, that's even weirder. I like seeing 2 sets of hips, not 2 sets of shoulder blades. But I guess.
It's definitely 2 sets of shoulder blades.
Oh, that's weird.
Think about it, because then, like, your hips can't connect to, like, a lower hip.
Oh, you're right, yeah. Oh, wait.
It would have to be shoulder blades, right?
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
know.
I have a question.
Someone please write in and tell us this.
Okay, here's my mythology question, or mythological question. If a centaur and a woman had a baby, like a normal human woman, would it just be like a man with just front horse legs? Because it'd be 2/3 human. Or would it just, what would happen?
It'd be a man with back horse legs.
So he just has back horse legs?
Yes.
So does he have front human legs, and then from the back is just horse legs on the back? So he's like a human from the front, but if he turns sideways, there's like a horse there? Or what are you talking?
No, it would be like he's standing and he has like a lower horse half, and then like his upper half would just be like a normal person.
That's how a centaur is, though.
No, a centaur has a whole body extension of a horse. I'm talking about just like waist down would be like quote unquote waist down if a horse stood on 2 legs.
Oh, okay. That'd be gross.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. What if a horse, or what if a centaur and a minotaur had a baby? Would it just be like bull half on top, horse half on bottom? That'd be pretty cool. That'd be like a bull horseman.
It's a horse man.
Yeah. Everyone who's listening has officially turned this off.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I do have one other thing before we get to our topic, which this instead may turn into our topic, but I'm going to look it up because I do so much prep for this. But, Disney movie brackets. Okay, so we're going to go through this together. We're going to do a Disney movie bracket, and I want to know who your winner is, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the first one we're going to start is Lion King versus Tarzan. What's the better movie?
Oh, that's a hard one to even start with. Personally, I'm a Tarzan girl.
I love Tarzan. I love the soundtrack. Sorry, guys, I'm moving a bunch of stuff around so I can write these down so I can actually keep track of this. I know, I'm so prepared on this show. But I do have paper here because I was doing work earlier at this desk. But, okay, so we're going to have Tarzan. I might also say Tarzan. I love Lion King, and I love James Earl Jones as Mufasa.
Yes.
And I love Timon and Pumbaa, and I love the whole thing. But I think Tarzan is... Tarzan, there's something special about it. It's like the music in Tarzan, incredible.
Facts.
Okay, so we have Tarzan moving on. Then next, we have Princess and the Frog or Lilo and Stitch.
See, that's actually kind of a difficult one, too. Although I'm not as big of a fan of new movies, like new Disney movies. Princess and the Frog was actually quite good.
Uh-huh.
However, I gotta do Lilo and Stitch, man. That was like my actual childhood.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch is pretty awesome, if I'm going to be honest.
Remember when they came out with the TV show?
I actually never really watched the TV show, but I know what you're talking about.
Oh my goodness, that thing was like my jam. I loved the TV show.
Yeah, I was never a huge fan, but I'm not going to hate on it. I'm not going to say I've maybe seen one episode, and I know there's a bunch of different, like, Stitch monsters. I do know that. Okay, so the next one is Tangled and Big Hero 6. I know which one I'm picking. I'm picking Big Hero 6.
Huh?
I'm picking Big Hero 6.
See, I never saw Big Hero 6.
Oh my god, the end will make you cry.
See, I've heard that, so I'm going to go with the popular opinion of Big Hero 6.
Okay.
I haven't seen it, so I can't really judge it.
I haven't seen Tangled. I know. I haven't seen
Tangled's pretty good.
That's what I've heard. I heard it's good, but I haven't heard it, seen it, and it's forgettable. And yeah. Okay, so next. So that's Big Hero 6. And that's going to go up against the winner for this one, who is Frozen or Moana. I know which one I'm picking.
Moana, for sure.
Moana. And Moana. And then the next one is Aladdin versus Hercules.
No. Hercules.
What?
I loved Hercules. It was actually one of my favorites. Still is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I love how James Woods is the bad guy. Okay.
Right? That's just great.
Okay, fine. Hercules. And then, what is this? Oh, one sec. I can't read this, but... it's The Little Mermaid versus Pocahontas.
Pocahontas.
Of course.
That takes zero thought for me. However, The Little Mermaid is good. It just, like the whole Ursula thing really actually creeped me out as a child.
Oh, it still scares me. I still can't watch it.
The voice box thing being taken away really actually scared the piss out of me.
Oh, yeah, that's like the scariest reality.
True. Honestly, that's just horrifying. Anyway, moving on.
Next, we have Mulan versus Zootopia.
Mulan.
Mulan 100,000,000%. Even though Zootopia is like an important movie for kids to watch about like equality and stuff, but Mulan shows every kid that like women can be badass fighters and defeat the Huns. So
Mulan is defeat the Huns. Okay.
That has the best song of all time.
Oh my gosh! Every time I hear it, I'm like, I know this. I know this song. Yes, Mulan, one of my favorites. Mulan. Have you watched Mulan 2? God, I
have not seen Mulan 2. I didn't know that was a thing.
You didn't know Mulan 2 was a thing?
No.
We should watch it.
Yeah, we should.
Her and Shane get married.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Okay, we should watch that. Anyway, moving on.
Next, we have Beauty and the Beast and Nightmare Before Christmas. Beauty and the Beast.
Although almost everyone I know is like a huge Nightmare Before Christmas like fanatic. I mean, I'm not going to shit on it. It wasn't a bad clip at all. In comparison, I have to go with Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, okay, that was one half of the bracket, and now we're doing the other half.
Oh, no.
So right now, who is moving on in our bracket, we have Tarzan versus Lilo and Stitch, Big Hero 6 versus Moana, Hercules versus Pocahontas, and Mulan versus Beauty and the Beast. So that's one half of the bracket, and now we're about
those are going to be so hard.
Yeah, they are. So we're about to do the other half. One second, let me Sorry, I'm just drawing the bracket out on a sheet of paper, and I know you guys can hear it on this, and I'm really sorry. Okay, we have... What the hell is that? I am sorry. Oh, Up versus Brave. Up.
It made me cry for like 25 minutes in the beginning, but I still love that movie like no other.
Toy Story versus Toy Story 2.
Oh, this is like literally the world's biggest debate, I swear.
I think I remember Toy Story 2 more, but I feel like Toy Story 2 can't exist without Toy Story 1. And Sid is evil. And that movie, it was like the first time they ever did animated humans, and that was like the first full-length animated movie ever, or CGI animated. I gotta give it to Toy Story for like paving new ground.
I would go Toy Story just because it's Toy Story. I mean, I love like all of them, but it's just like it's Toy Story.
Yeah,
you gotta go with the first one.
Oh yeah, Toy Story, and then we have Coco versus Cars. Coco.
I never watched Coco.
It is incredibly good. Like, actually, like, give it a shot.
I'll have to give it a shot. I'll go with Coco. It's a popular opinion.
And then next one, Toy Story 3 versus The Good Dinosaur.
Honestly, I heard The Good Dinosaur is really good.
I haven't seen it, though.
I heard it was, like, actually very heartwarming.
But Toy Story... Sorry, there's a hair on my computer. Toy Story 3, though, that with the lava pit or whatever...
Oh, true. Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3.
I haven't seen... we should watch The Good Dinosaur as well.
We should.
Okay, and then Toy Story 3. And then the next one, I'm going to fight you on this one, and I'm not going to let you win. But the next one is Ratatouille versus A Bug's Life.
Don't go there.
Ratatouille is a better movie.
Russell, do not go there.
No, Ratatouille is better than A Bug's Life. I'm going to be honest. I get it. Flick is awesome and stuff.
This
in the
is
Bug's
some
Life.
like relationship-altering decisions.
You think Remy the Rat isn't the man? It's Patton Oswalt. He's hilarious. Ratatouille taught us all about the delicious nature of ratatouille as a dish, and it doesn't have rats in it. And it taught us all about French cooking. But you're saying A Bug's Life? Do you want me to pick A Bug's Life?
No, I want you to pick what you want to pick. But for everyone that's listening, I 137% choose A Bug's Life.
You know what? I'll go with A Bug's Life.
No, Ratatouille is obviously the better film altogether. It's just I have a very special place in my heart for A Bug's Life, and I always...
Well, I'm going to put A Bug's Life right now, but it's going to get beat later in the rounds. And then the next one, Inside Out versus...
Let's do Ratatouille.
Fine.
Oh, don't find me. That's what you wanted in the beginning.
Okay, we're going to do Ratatouille. And then after that, it's Finding Nemo versus Inside Out. I know what I'm picking. Finding Nemo.
That's such a classic. And it was just like, the actual animation behind that was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
They animated water. Like, that is the most not thing, like... I don't even know. It's just, that's such a difficult task to do well.
Yeah.
And it was so well put together.
Oh, hey, sorry. The previous one where I said Coco and Cars, it was Cars 2, but we still picked Coco. I'm sorry. Next is Monsters, Inc. versus Cars. It's Monsters, Inc.
For sure. Monsters, Inc. is also one of my favorites. Oh, my God. When we start getting to, like, the knockout rounds, this is going to get so hard.
This next one is really hard. It's The Incredibles versus WALL-E.
The Incredibles.
Really? The Incredibles is the best Fantastic Four movie ever made.
WALL-E made me cry. I don't want to pick that one.
WALL-E's too real. WALL-E's what's going to happen to our planet.
I know. That's why I don't like... I like it, but I don't like it, if that makes sense.
Okay. So, here's what we have on this side. So, we're going to go back to Tarzan versus Lilo and Stitch. Tarzan. R-Z-A-N. Tarzan. And then Big Hero 6 versus Moana.
Yeah, Moana. I think it was a good step for the Pacific Islanders out there.
Oh, yeah. And then...
Even though everyone still is confused as hell about that, and most people around me, for some reason, they're like, oh, yeah, they were Hawaiian. And I'm like,
People were mad that they had Dwayne The Rock Johnson play the father because they thought Dwayne The Rock Johnson, they're like, why would you cast an African-American person this? Dwayne The Rock Johnson is Pacific Islander.
Maori?
No, I don't think he is. Let me look up. I'm going to do this, guys. I'm going to look up where Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Where is Dwayne The Rock Johnson from? He's probably from somewhere in the U.S., but he, okay, Dwayne The Rock Johnson he's from Miami. He went to University of Miami, apparently. Let's see. He is American Samoa.
So he's Samoan.
Yeah, he's American Samoan.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway, definitely Moana.
Yeah. Next we have Hercules versus Pocahontas.
Oh, God. Hercules.
Sorry. And then we have Mulan and Beauty and the Beast. Mulan.
Agreed.
Okay, and then the other side, we have Up versus Toy Story.
Up.
Really?
Yeah, Toy Story was really, really great. Unfortunately, when we started adding in, like, movie after movie after movie with Toy Story, it kind of got old for me.
Okay.
Like, I still really, truly love the classic, like, Toy Story, but, like, I don't know. It's just, Up is so...
Now I feel you.
unique.
Okay. Now we have Coco versus Toy Story 3.
Okay, Toy Story 3 is the one with the bear, right?
Yep.
Okay, Toy Story 3.
Okay, T3, not Terminator 3. Now we have Ratatouille versus Finding Nemo.
Oh, that's a painful one, dude. I still say Finding Nemo just because of the water animation and all the stuff that went in behind it.
I'm going to do Finding Nemo as well. Finding Nemo has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, I think it has a special place in a lot. Remember the Finding Nemo toys from McDonald's?
Oh my god, yes.
The, like, whale-speaking Dory was my thing. Like, I love that toy. I really wish I would hold on to it, honestly.
Yeah. I definitely still have a bunch of those in my attic in my house. That's the thing. Okay, so next we have Monsters, Inc. versus The Incredibles.
Monsters, Inc.
Ooh, this one's hard. The Incredibles is probably one of the best superhero movies ever made, but Monsters, Inc. is Monsters, Inc. You know, I'm surprised isn't on here Monsters University, which is also very good.
It was very good for, like, a second rendition of a movie kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
it was like a prequel, but it was a good prequel, and it added to the story, and it was, like, funny, and it was very, like, I think that came out my freshman year of college. Or maybe right...
It came out our freshman year of college, because I remember being like, wow, that was perfect timing. And the thing is, like, that movie can stand on its own just as much as it can be paired with Monsters, Inc. Like, that's what I appreciated about it so much.
So, what are you saying, Monsters, Inc. or The Incredibles?
Monsters, Inc. I just... The beginning of that movie, okay, do you remember the Birds on a Birds on a Wire or whatever it's called?
Like the short film?
Yes, that's still to this day is my favorite short.
No, my favorite short is the old man playing chess with himself.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that one. Oh my gosh.
That's before Toy Story, I think.
I think that is the one before Toy Story.
Yeah, or maybe it's before Toy Story 2, because that's the first time in history that they did CGI animation for a human and have it look almost photorealistic. That's like my inner film nerd. But yeah. Okay, sorry. Next, we have Tarzan versus Moana.
Tarzan.
And then now we have Hercules versus Mulan. Mulan. And then now on the other side we have Up versus Toy Story 3. Up. And then we have... Sorry, one second. Oh,
Awkward silence.
we have Finding Nemo versus Monsters Inc.
Oh no. Oh god. I don't even know. I don't, because like I was gonna say Finding Nemo, and then like the whole Boo scene with Sully came into my head, and I'm like,
Randall's the worst.
Randall actually irritates me to this day, and I'm like, I have a 20-something
I know someone.
female.
Yeah.
This animated purple lizard should not piss me off this much, but oh my goodness, he does.
Randall, I know someone in real life who reminds me so much of that. But also, Mike Wazowski. I'm always watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Roz is my girl.
Okay,
So, yeah.
not to get at all political, have you seen the pictures of Roz that's photoshopped to look like Donald Trump? It's pretty funny.
Hello.
Yeah, I know. It's a real thing. Look it up.
But Finding Nemo has so many comedic characters.
Just keep
like
swimming.
Flo. What was the starfish's name? Was that Peaches?
I don't know. I don't know any of the little... I just know, like, mine. And then, like, they were, like, the shark bait in the fish
That's
tank.
Bruce.
Yeah. My God. Oh, my God. Finding Nemo is so good. I haven't seen that in forever. We need to watch Finding Nemo as well. We need to rewatch all of these movies.
Finding Nemo is actually one of my favorite. I don't know, dude. I can't pick two Monsters Inc. or Finding Nemo, because it's like, then there's like the Abominable Snowman.
Oh, my God. I totally forgot about that.
And the snow cones, and the
Yeah.
Boo, and then like they rebuild the door, and at the very end of the movie, Mike gives Sully the last sliver of the door.
Oh, my God. And they use
I gotta-
laughs instead of screams. I'm going to start crying.
I know, I must. I gotta hand it to Monsters Inc.
Yeah, Monsters
I
Inc.
have to.
So
That was before Nemo for me.
yeah, Monsters Inc. So the final four. So we have Tarzan versus Mulan.
Mulan.
Ooh, I don't know. Tarzan has this whole adopted factor for me. I don't know.
Mulan has this whole I can do anything I want to do and like screw everyone that stands in my way thing for me.
That is true. We have a
I
very.
don't know. That's a hard one because like Tarzan, I don't know.
But Phil Collins, Phil Collins' music in that. Are you kidding me?
But the music in Mulan.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh my God. You know
And
what?
Mulan's the first not princess.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she wasn't. Remember, she wasn't a princess. She's just like some girl.
Oh yeah. What about Jane and Tarzan? Is she not count as one?
I don't even think Jane's mentioned ever anymore.
Why? Jane's pretty badass.
I don't know why. Jane
Oh.
literally makes me think of Jennifer Aniston.
She does. You know who's the worst? I haven't
Who?
seen Tarzan since I've been 10, but the bad guy, Clayton, what an asshole.
I dated a guy named Clayton, and I will be straight up with you. Every time I heard his name, it literally made me think of that character, and I'm like,
But
Yeah.
he is maybe one of the worst villains.
True.
No, actually, maybe Attila the Hun, or is that who it's supposed to be in Mulan? Is it Attila the Hun?
I think so.
Because it's the Huns. You know what? Mulan wins. Mulan's so great.
Mulan's just well done. Like, the sword scenes where you see the reflection. I mean, just like, it's very
And
well done.
Mushu, Eddie Murphy is, oh my God, so great.
Cricket's my jam.
That movie, you know what? I need to go back and watch Mulan. Actually, it was on TV one of the last times I was home, like where my parents are, and it like just the ending was on where they're in the snow versus the Huns, and like the way they animated the snow to have it look like a traditional Chinese painting. Oh my God! And the music and like it was just it's so tense.
Yep.
And the fight
Yep.
scene on top of the temple. Oh,
Ugh,
classic.
Yes, that actually made me sit on the edge of my seat. Like, definitely, let's hand it to Mulan.
yeah. Oh man. Okay, yeah, Mulan 100%. And then on the other side, Up versus Monsters Inc.
Man, I don't know with that one. That's like, obviously, I want to say Monsters Inc., but then like, it's Up, and there's Little Russell, and the whole Carl and Ellie thing in the beginning, and it just
Yeah.
like hits all the feels.
I hope you know what this. The one half is all the Pixar movies. The other half is all the Disney movies. If you haven't caught on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Just for people who are listening, one half is all the traditional Disney movies. The other half is the Pixar side of Disney, but same basic idea. What do you think? So it's Mulan versus who? Is it versus Up or versus Monsters Inc.?
Oh no, man! I am still stuck on the Monsters Inc. thing. Like, what are your opinions on
Okay,
this?
so my name is Russell, and there's a Russell in Up, and the whole you get the Ellie badge brings tears to my eyes. That whole thing, and Doug, and the bird, and all of it.
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin the bird.
Can't forget about Kevin's name, man.
I'm sorry.
Kevin's iconic AF, and he likes chocolate. I relate to Kevin, man. But then there's Monsters Inc. and the Boo scene, man.
Oh my God, Monsters Inc. Oh, that's a tough one. That's
also, did Celia absolutely frustrate the tar out of you towards the end when her little snake hair thing started hissing?
Oh my God, yes.
That's such a aggravator.
You know what? Up wins it.
For sure.
Okay, then Mulan versus Up for the winner. No. Mulan. Mulan is a better movie than Up.
I think Mulan is actually genuinely a better movie. I think just Up I relate to more.
Okay, so Emma's gonna say Up.
I don't know, man. Mulan was my childhood favorite, though.
I'm saying Mulan. You can say Up. That's fine. But yeah, okay, so that's that. That's who we have as winners. If you guys want to play that at home, you can just look up Disney movie bracket for March Madness. It's Disney Pixar bracket, but there's a bunch of them. There's ones where they have some of the newer Disney movies as well. Wow, you can look at other people's picks. A lot of people have Mulan as the best Disney movie versus Monsters Inc. or versus someone has Toy Story 2 beating Up. What is that garbage? That is.
A lot of people didn't like Up.
Well, a lot of people are wrong.
Well, no, because they're well, it's supposed to be a happy, Disney and Pixar are supposed to be happy movies. So they're at the beginning made me cry. And I'm yeah.
Well, that's real. That's life.
He has a freaking miscarriage and dies next to him. And then he sends a little balloon into the room.
Oh my God, it is heart-wrenching.
Such a good movie.
But other people have Nightmare Before Christmas winning? What?
I know people who would definitely put that one as a winner.
I mean, that's fine. Whatever. You're entitled to your wrong opinion, but... Okay. Yeah?
We can both agree to disagree that Mulan and Up are definitely, the top of their categories. Mulan is best Disney, Up is definitely best Pixar.
Oh, 100%. Okay, so here's what we're going to do as our topic this week. Hopefully next week we can get to seeing Isle of Dogs, but we are going to talk Wes Anderson.
Right on.
How many Wes Anderson movies have you seen, Emma?
At this point in time, 3.
Okay, I have seen all of his... He has shorts, so he has a few short films. Some of them are commercials, some of them are just other things that he's done as projects. But all of Wes Anderson's movies, going from the oldest one to the newest one. So he did Bottle Rocket as a short, then Bottle Rocket as a feature, or not feature, but Bottle Rocket as a full film was his first one. Then Rushmore, then The Royal Tenenbaums, then Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, then Darjeeling Unlimited, then Fantastic Mr. Fox, Moonrise Kingdom, then we have Grand Budapest Hotel, and then Isle of Dogs, which is now. So, if you haven't seen all of them, for people out there, what is, Emma, from you who has seen Grand Budapest Hotel, Moonrise Kingdom, and Life Aquatic? Are those ones you've seen?
Yes.
Which one is your favorite out of those 3?
It would be a tie between Grand Budapest and Moonrise Kingdom.
Okay, well, That's a lot of people say that. I love Life Aquatic. It is so good, but I understand why people don't like it. It's very Wes Anderson, but it's not as... Grand Budapest Hotel is like the perfect version of Wes Anderson. And I think that's why people all say, oh my god, watch Grand Budapest Hotel. But I know people who hate that movie.
I could see that, I guess.
But I don't know. That movie is so funny. Just like the whole boy with apple thing just makes me laugh.
It's very good.
I really want a picture of Boy with Apple. I might just go print one out and buy a frame because I just think it's so funny.
You can. Good luck, though.
Right? Yeah, because... wait, why good luck?
You're going to get, like, the crap hassled out of you if you try and print that thing off.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
I mean, so as a little fun fact, story time, I talked to an artist and had them turn Russell and I into the Simpsons characters, sitting on like the Simpsons couch in the living room, that whole thing, for an anniversary gift. And what you buy is the like super high quality JPEG image and the rights to the JPEG image. And upon trying to print this image off, I was greeted by like 6 huge employees that were like these dudes that were like, you need to come with us. And I had to go through this whole like legal agreement thing, and they had to like download stuff off my phone. I mean, it was just a huge nightmare. When it was like, I was literally showing them the emails between me and the artist, and he's like, here you go, thanks for the transaction. And they were so like, yeah. And I was kind of just like, okay guys, like, it's crazy. It's very crazy.
That's actually... Oh, sorry, I was really far from the microphone. Sorry, everybody. I was leaning back on my chair. No, that's actually crazy. So I guess Boy with Apple won't be printed, but I could probably print it here where I'm living, because I know the apartment complex we have at the front has a printer, like a high-scale printer for like projects and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure they will be a lot less aggressive about that kind of thing.
Probably.
Yeah, but so for Wes Anderson movies, are you saying Grand Budapest, or what are you saying?
Probably Moonrise.
Really, Moonrise Kingdom? What? Why you say Moonrise?
I don't know. There's just something about it that is very charming to me. Did he do the Royal Tenenbaums or no?
Yeah. Have you seen Royal Tenenbaums? Wait, are you looking this up on your phone right now?
No, I'm actually not. What is that movie we were talking about? It's like the forest. It's like the little kid that is like given to this family and the wife dies.
Oh, Hunt for the Wilderpeople?
Yeah, he didn't do that one, did he?
No, that is Taika Waititi.
Okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, Taika Waititi actually just did Thor Ragnarok as well. He's done a bunch of episodes of Flight of the Conchords. And then he did a movie, was it called Boy? Was his first big film? Yeah, no, I know people would potentially think of Hunt for the Wilderpeople as very Wes Anderson-esque, just by some of the framing and how it's color corrected and some of the themes. However, it is not. It's a Taika Waititi film, who's another incredible director who I look up to a lot. But yeah, what are you thinking?
I'm just listening, honestly, right now and absorbing.
Absorb like a sponge. But I think out of if you're gonna watch Wes Anderson movies, I don't know if I would start with Bottle Rocket, because that was a college film. And if you guys don't know, Wes Anderson and Owen Wilson met each other in college. I think they were roommates, and then Luke Wilson's Owen Wilson's brother. So that's a pretty cool connection to get right off the bat. But I mean, in college, no one knows who like you're gonna be later and how successful you may or may not become. But yeah, he met up with them, and then for the Royal Tenenbaums, that's when Bill Murray stepped on board to be in the film, and that's kind of where the whole and then Life Aquatic is kind of where the whole Wes Anderson cast started, with like Tilda Swinton being in all of his movies, Bill Murray, Jason Schwartzman. Jason Schwartzman was in Rushmore, Sorry, I totally forgot about Rushmore. He was in Rushmore, and he was, I think, a college student or high school student in that movie. But yeah, and now Jason Schwartzman helps him write. He just helped him write Isle of Dogs with Roman Coppola, who's Francis Ford Coppola's nephew, or I'm bad for not knowing, maybe son, nephew. But yeah, and they wrote it with Wes Anderson, and it's an original story. But in Life Aquatic is when the whole cast came together, so it's like every Wes Anderson movie has like the quintessential 8 characters or 8 actors who are always in his films, and it started with that, and then it carried on through Darjeeling Unlimited, which is, if Emma, you haven't seen it, but most of the movie shot on a train, and it's actually shot on a real train in India that moved, and it's such a good movie. It's like 3 brothers, and they try to find something, and that kind of sounds like a Rick and Morty sketch, or it's just 3 brothers, and they try to find something. But no, it's a really good movie. You should 100% watch it. And then Fantastic Mr. Fox, which was marketed as a kid's movie, but it's a Wes Anderson film, so it's kind of not a kid's movie. But it's so good, and that's definitely where Isle of Dogs gets a lot of its... you can see like the roots in that, because he did stop motion once, and I guess it was only a matter of time until he did stop motion again, because I think Wes Anderson is one of the few people who can pull off really cool stop motion still and make it a believable movie and have it kind of sell to adults and kids, or adults and younger people, because again, it's not really a kids movie. But yeah, what are you thinking?
I honestly agree with a lot of that.
What do you have to add in? You're so quiet on the phone.
I mean, this is definitely more your forte than mine. You're kind of starting to get into like film philosophy stuff. Like, I agree. Like, it's obviously not a children's movie, but I never saw Fantastic Mr. Fox, so I don't really have anything to go off with that. But I'm very excited about the Isle of Dogs and the idea of stop motion again.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, for all of you who are listening who don't know, I'm a film person. I direct movies and do stuff, so I get really into film things and such, and it's fun. But on film, we'll just talk about our See What Sticks book club. That it's not books, it's mostly movies and other stuff that we're going to read and watch and talk about. Corner book thing that we titled it. We did BoJack Horseman for last week. Emma, what do you have to say about season 1 of BoJack Horseman?
Riveting. It's very riveting. I love season 1 of BoJack.
Yeah, season 1 of BoJack, or BoJack Horseman in general, you go into it, or some people think it's a kid's show. It's not. Also, it's not exactly a comedy. It's more of a drama that funny things happen in. But season 1's really good. It's about BoJack, who is a washed-up 80s sitcom star, and he played the father on a show called Horsing Around, and he's writing a memoir now, but he's kind of just a burnout drug addict, and he can't really write anything. He's a huge narcissist, so he gets a ghostwriter named Diane, and Diane's kind of ghostwriting for him and sees how it is, and then she's in a relationship with BoJack's, would you call him his, like, it's not like his nemesis, but it's his, like, it's someone he hates who also was famous in the 80s but still is famous, Mr. Peanut Butter, who Emma says that I am in real life.
Yes, you are.
Why am I Mr. Peanut Butter?
Why are you not Mr. Peanut Butter?
Okay, give me examples of Mr. Peanut Butter.
The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, things that you're interested in, your general personality and sense of humor.
Oh no. But, so that's what happens, and BoJack essentially has his novel Ghost written for him, but BoJack in his novel would of course say he's perfect and his life is going amazingly, but since it's being written by someone else, it kind of says how he is, and it's kind of a drug addict and wash up. He's just kind of on the tail end of a career, and he can't really get it back together. But at the end, a Secretariat movie is made, like Secretariat the Racehorse, but in this universe, Secretariat was like a runner. And that's how the show ends, with BoJack being cast as Secretariat in an upcoming movie. And then season 2 picks up from there. But I will warn anyone who has watched season 1 or is looking to get into it, it only gets more depressing.
True.
And I think my favorite character in all of BoJack is Todd.
I don't know who mine would be.
And Todd, I think he listens, and if he doesn't, maybe he'll never know that we said this. Todd is my roommate, Matt. What would you say about that?
Oh my god, you're right.
Todd is definitely my roommate, Matt. For those of you, most of you listening who don't know, I have two roommates. One of them is named Nate, and the other is Matt. And if you watch the show BoJack Horseman, Todd, who's played by Aaron Paul, is legitimately my roommate Matt. He looks like my roommate Matt. He acts like my roommate Matt. The resemblance is uncanny. And sometimes I think Matt's just been living on the couch of my apartment for the last 4 years.
What's the agent's name again? Her name slipped my mind.
Princess Carolyn?
Yes. She's probably my favorite.
I could see that. You guys have a lot in common.
What do you mean by that?
You're really stubborn, strong ladies who just won't take shit from anybody.
Well, thank you. I like Princess Carolyn. She gets funnier as the seasons progress.
She gets funnier and more of a real character. She turns into like an actual, real, fleshed out character instead of just like this side person, because episodes later actually follow her and what she's going through.
Yeah.
Because she's an agent, and she's BoJack's agent, but he used to date her, and now she's kind of like, I'm done with you, dude. You're a real piece of garbage. But yeah. But people should watch it. Emma, what do you recommend for next week's See What Sticks book club that's usually just movies and stuff?
Black Mirror.
The entire show of Black Mirror. Let's start with one episode. Of Black Mirror. What is one episode that people should watch from the show that would give them a good taste for what Black Mirror is all about?
What is the one with... Is it Bryce Dallas Howard or something like that?
Oh, Nosedive? Yeah, the app one?
Yes, I would suggest Nosedive. That's a good one to start with.
It's
very light.
I was thinking either Nosedive or San Junipero or the...
I hate San Junipero. It's
what?
way too long.
That is my favorite episode.
That was my least favorite episode.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
What about the one with the Prime Minister and the pig?
Okay, I think that's everyone's least favorite episode.
And that's the first episode. That's a rough way to start.
Yeah, that one doesn't count.
What about the Star Trek episode? You know, this new season?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know. That was also pretty intense. Nosedive is very, lightweight, I think. Okay,
so... we can do a whole Black Mirror episode next week, actually talk about Black Mirror, if you want to. Want to?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do Black Mirror. Unless we see Isle of Dogs, then we'll do Black Mirror and Isle of Dogs, which I guarantee will be very different. But so yeah, Nosedive is the first episode of season 2 of Black Mirror, and the whole show, if you guys have never seen it or want to get into it, it's an anthology show, so none of the episodes are directly related to each other. You can start on any episode because there's no reoccurring characters, really. I mean, there's Easter eggs and little hints to other things, but you can watch just one episode, and they're all self-contained stories. And it's really good. 100% recommend it, and start with that one, which is Nosedive. And then we'll talk about next week and why it's really scary and accurate, and I'm 100% that person with my Uber score. But yeah, so Emma, do you have your fun bug fact of the week?
Yes, fun bug fact of the week. Bugs have 2 different kinds of eyes. There's these large, round ones that when you were a little kid, you bundled a bunch of straws together and tried to look through. There was a bunch of the same picture that they show you. Those are compound eyes. And then there are these small eyes called the simple eyes, which operate and function similarly to our eyes.
What are they called?
Simple eyes.
Oh, there's simple eyes?
Yep, there's compound, which is the multi-image one, and simple, which is the singular image. And most insects actually have both.
So is that in movies where you see what a fly would see, and it's 64 different versions of the same image, in a beehive pattern?
Yes, that is the compound eye. And a lot of the times with insects, the simple eye is used primarily to detect light and dark. So those are like the little tiny black dots on their heads. So if you're looking at a bee, those big, huge ones on each side are the compound eyes. That's what they primarily use to see. The simple ones are what's primarily used to determine dark from light. So if something's going to like attack them, if you put your hand over the top of a bee, that's when they start freaking out because they can see the difference in the light.
Oh, that's really cool.
Welcome to the Bug Fact of the Week, y'all.
This is just for everyone, and Emma included. I really want to get a tarantula. So for those of you out there who don't know, I have some pets. I have an axolotl, which is like a salamander that always lives underwater. Technically, it's Emma's. Her name is Bubbles. We have 3 betas. And then a salamander, or a blotched tiger salamander named Sigmund, who is my best friend. I love Sigmund very dearly. But I think tarantulas are really cool, and it'd be super cool to have one. Emma has a tarantula.
They're cool.
Yeah. Emma, talk about your tarantula. What's your tarantula's name?
My tarantula's name is Spinadette, and she is currently going on 14 or 15 years of age. She's pretty old. She's pretty crabby now. When she was younger, she used to crawl on me, and I'd let her just kind of hang out, even though I will tell you that they recommend not handling tarantulas. She's a rosehair, Chilean rosehair, so they're really not that venomous when they do bite. It's more like a bee sting, unless you're allergic, and then it's a much bigger deal, but you won't really know until you get bit.
How often has Spinadette bit you?
Never.
Oh, she's never bit you?
Nope.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nope. They give like 7 warning signs before they bite you, and honestly, if you're dumb enough to miss all 7, you probably deserve to get bit, but they're pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Usually the first being running away, and if you still keep grabbing them, they're going to start getting a little ticked off. But
yeah. Emma also has a snake named Piggy Smalls.
I do have a snake named Piggy Smalls. He is a Western hognose. I would put Eastern hognose. It's a different species. It's a Western hognose, and he is of the anaconda variety, which is a color pattern on them. And he's very small and about the size of my finger, and he's adorable. And then on top of that, I also have a scorpion.
Oh, yeah, you got that from work.
Kinda.
She rescued him.
Yeah, it was from a friend at work that didn't want it anymore. And so I got him. He's a juvenile. He's shed once in my care thus far, not had him that long, and he just kind of hangs out. He really tries to grab my hand a lot, which, let's all pray, he never really gets a hold of it, because I don't want to be on the receiving end of that tail, but hey, he seems pretty cool.
Is he at all venomous, like dangerously venomous, or no?
Not like I don't think dangerously, not that I'm aware of. I think it just hurts really badly.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't want to test it though. So.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's my menagerie, and I have a fish at my workplace. Like, he's my office fish, and his name is Nunya. That way, when anyone that's remotely standing around me asks what his name is, I can say Nunya, and they're like, "Nunya what?" And I'm like, "Nunya business." It's my own little joke.
Good job.
It's my anti-social joke.
Good job catching that.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's Emma's pets.
Yep.
I was going to say a thing, and I totally just blanked out on what it was. Oh, yeah. I don't know if they're listening or he's listening, but maybe I said it last week, but the guys I interviewed from Comic-Con, not including Curtis. Hi, Curtis. I'm going to mention you on the show every week. But, oh my God, I have to go to their names because I'm going to forget them. But I bought their comic books. I may have said it last time, but I will say it again. I bought all of their comic books because they made me super interested in what was going on. And I'm going to Twitter, and I'm just trying to fill dead air so I can get there. But let me go down. Okay, so it was... Sorry, everybody. I'm trying to get to this, and it's really obnoxious. Okay, so it's Zach Kaplan, Jeremy Caldwell, DJ Kirkbride, and Adam Nave. I bought work from all of them, and Emma, you should read it. It's really, really cool. They're all comic books that are like really topical right now.
I'll have to buy them.
Yeah, 100%. And for everyone else listening, you should also buy them. I've talked about it in previous episodes. But we're going to get a theme song soon. I'm talking to this guy named Mike who is going to compose us a theme song for See What Sticks. So that'll be really fun. And I've been talking to Emma a little bit, who's the co-creator of this incredible experience. That's what I'm going to call it. But I think we are going to try to branch out and do some other things. Not just our commentaries that we still have to do that we haven't done any of because we're both lazy and don't have time and busy. But we're thinking about doing some other video type things and then doing a whole SWS, like See What Sticks Studios type thing. If people are interested in that, let us know. And if you're not interested in it, don't let us know because we're probably still going to do it. But apart from that, yeah, thank you to everyone for listening. I know this episode's coming out a little bit late, but we've been really, really busy this last week. And the next episode will be out on time, which will be Easter. So happy Easter ahead of time. If you're listening to this after Easter, or it's the year 2090 and you're listening to this on Easter, happy Easter, future. But until then, I'm Russell.
And I'm Emma. Thank you so much for coming back this week. We very much so appreciate it. Drop some questions, comments, concerns, or anything else, suggestions in the comments or email us, and we'd greatly appreciate it.
We didn't have time for you, Curtis. We love you. Okay, bye!
Bye!